Episode 22. Blinding Beam.
Lenuka gagged. The spacesuit smell stung in Lenuka's nose, combining the aromas of sweat left by its previous owner on the inside and the illusion of hot metal fumes created by the exposure to space on the outside. "It's heavy, Commander. Did I forget to turn on the augments? The upper harness part cuts into my shoulders." "I apologize, Shajis. Our budget didn't include comfortable environmental suits. We picked our gear based on protection and spaceworthiness. No need to look for controls. The suit is not boosted, if I may." Cha Dizini pulled Lenuka's shoulder flaps up and forward, allowing the suit to settle into a more comfortable position. "Welcome to the Levy Fleet Marines." Lenuka appreciated the relief, even if minor. "Thank you. I should quit complaining. It was her idea to come here." The two Marine volunteers, Privates Yotes and KS, slid into their refurbished equipment without so much as a grunt or sigh. And Lenuka was certain they had given her the lightest, cleanest suit they had purchased. "Boss," said KS, "why did we take the old freighter down here? The Hickshore has 0 environment scanners. It would be nice to know what's waiting on the other side of the airlock. These guys might not care." He nodded toward the T-Isonomy volunteers. "But we do." Swasni came along, and much to Lenuka's relief, one of the dark AIs. She didn't know why the Remnants had changed their minds, sending one of their own. Perhaps their scans revealed a treasure trove they didn't want to see tarnished by their organic passengers. "Skipper Unzu doesn't want to be left behind," said Cha Dizini, "nor separate from his ship. Besides, we're taking the Hickshore for the same reasons you're coming along. It reeks, and it's expendable." KS grinned. "Got it, boss." The private has a point, thought Lenuka. Any scans taken down here could reveal more about this strange world awaiting them. But even from orbit, it was obvious the atmosphere was breathable by humans and Traz, but saturated with biomolecules and compounds, unpredictable in their effects. "Talking about Unzu," said Cha. The Traz shoved his mass through the inner lock hatch and closed it. Unzu came prepared, with a transparent biohazard cape enveloping his body. Traz could seal their orifices and survive shifts without breathing, but even the hardened smuggler played it safe. "We're ready," said Lenuka. The outer hatch hissed, a short ramp extended from the Hickshore's bottom, and the group of explorers walked, hovered, and morphed onto the planet's surface. Lenuka had visited worlds with rich and diverse plant life, but they paled compared to the onslaught of shapes and shades. She could not tell where the ground ended or the army of life forms began. From tiny blades of grass to meandering vines thicker than the freighter's landing gear, everything grew out of each other, intertwined, knotted, confusing the human brain, evolved to seek patterns. "The ground is soft. Is it stable?" asked Cha Dizini. Lenuka would have likely enjoyed strolling around, careless and overwhelmed. The commander's first thoughts revolved around, how could this kill us? She wondered if her father's mind worked in a similar way, explaining the many incompatible views they held when she was growing up. Perhaps she never matured, still a child, bouncing on the softest galactic carpet. "Scans I took from here are as inconclusive as the ones taken from orbit," said Swasni. "This could equate to something similar to a forest canopy below, or an unfamiliar flora layering. It carries Unzu." Lenuka pointed at the Traz. He was small for his kind, but outweighed the group combined. "I don't like it," said Cha. "Shall we proceed to the site?" The site was disappointing. More of the overabundance of stalks, leaves, dwarfing Unzu, and flowery strings vying for their place in the starlight, reaching into the deep blue sky. "Are you sure this is the place?" The commander had not lowered his automatic for a tick since they had stepped onto the soft surface. "He is anxious," thought Lenuka. "Curious how I can feel it." "Our remnant guide confirms the location," said Swasni. The individual core explained the structure is completely buried under the upper plant layer. "We knew that," said Lenuka, "but there has to be an access point." "Sadly," said Swasni, "there is none." "And you didn't know?" asked Chazini. "No," said Swasni. "Why not?" "The Remnants did not tell me." "So, Isn't the point of the link to make you nodes in one network, sharing everything? The link provides a wide-range unified network ability and communication protocol. However, each participating individual core only shares what they deem appropriate. You can have secrets from other cores then. I can, Commander. Our higher function memory banks are likely the most secure quantum electronic storage concept in our galaxy. Lenuka observed Chazini, whom she considered a well-educated man, silently ponder the possibility that the Isanami are actual individuals, and not just some networked computation machines with an attitude simulator. For 10 orbits, the Isanami had a large delegation in the assembly, the very institution Chadzini and his marines had sworn to protect. But they learned nothing about the intelligent machines, survivors of the Galacticide, quantum mechanical marvels with innate multi-awareness. Human assembly members only talked about the dangers the cores posed and why they needed to be feared, not about who they were and how their technology had saved humanity, saved everyone. Now, we need different tech, thought Lenuka. Can we drill our way down to an entrance? She asked. The Chi has no mobile equipment for an excavation, said Swasnisni. However, the Remnant Core has analyzed the trajectory for a path to be carved to our target. Carved? Asked Cha. Using strip beams. The individual core suggests retreating to a safe distance. Safe from what? Wondered Lenuka. Own reads, said Cha. I thought they didn't have the equipment. A beam from orbit. Seek cover. Stick to the remnant. Cha was right. Whatever the Chi was bringing to bear, they'd avoid melting down their own. Staying close to the nameless core would keep them safe. She wondered what else the remnants kept from her former tutor. Did her suit tighten? No. Her hair stood on end. Clouds of yellow dust puffed out of the surface. Blue rods of static discharge ran along the tallest vines. Then the ground shook. A blinding beam ran from where they had just stood, skyward into infinity. Lenuka understood the Chi was at the energy burst's origin, though the cruiser couldn't be seen. She fell forward, her hands looking for some hardier plant to hold onto. She couldn't. The green surface had stiffened, as if to resist the onslaught from space. The ground buckled, and Lenuka rolled to her side, unable to cling to anything. Sky turned dark. Shaking stopped. Normal daylight returned, her eyes adjusting to the absence of the star-bright beam out of nowhere. Smoke rose from the surface, marking the edges of a hole large enough to fit a transport shuttle. An armored hand appeared in front of her helmet. Shajis? Chadazini pulled Lenuka up. Everybody undamaged? The dark AI certainly was. Darting ahead to the edge of the new landmark his brethren had created in a few ticks, Unzu saturated Lenuka's mind with curses directed at the dark AI. Everyone was shocked or angry, but nobody was harmed, except for the plant surface. Getting closer, the hole revealed to open up an angled, steep yet walkable shaft. A tunnel filled with glowing embers, yellow dust, seared black walls cut deep into a smoky abyss. Ancestors, said Chadzini. The Tafe had these strip beams too, but I've never seen one in action. He turned his helmet beams on and pointed his automatic into the shaft. I think I see something. The privates followed his example, and even the dark AI produced a small handheld gun from its sensor tool ring. The ground shifted anew. This tremor became a low rumble, akin to wrathful thunder, not actual vibration. They had wounded the green wave with the fury of the Vamamir world strippers, and perhaps the planet didn't like it. I detect no movement, said Swasnisni, but the commander is correct. There lies an object ahead. Marines, said Cha, on me. Unbeholden to any human chain of command, the remnant core hovered into the opening. Lenuka felt the Marines tense. Commander, let him go. First one in isn't the winner here. Last one out alive is. Cha nodded. Shajis. The group proceeded down the ramp, catching up with the dark AI core. A metallic wall, smooth, with a singular diagonal groove, blocked the path. It appears the remnants cut down precisely to the object they found, said Swasnisni. You mean the base? Asked Lenuka. No. Closer scanning reveals this is the outer hull of a Vamamir vessel, probably a shuttle. A ship? Did they try to bring the Din here and crashed? If their enemies had failed to grow another Din, the realities would have adjusted. Lenuka, I doubt this vessel transported a Ta-Din, and even if so, it had no influence on our struggles. I don't understand. The alloys in this vessel's hull date back to the Galacticide era, a shuttle left by the first expedition to this planet during the Second Great Raid. Lenuka stomped on the violated ground. They found the Vamamir, but buried in a 1200 orbits old tomb.